Yes! If I wind this coil a few more times, it should have enough force to pull you towards me. You ready?
Okay.
I'm Shon. I study plasma physics and fusion energy, and the ultimate goal of my research is to produce a new form of sustainable clean energy for humanity.
Shon works at MIT and spends most of his time solving physics equations.
You start out with these really complicated equations, and you can't really piece together any truth from them. And as you go through this process of solving them, you reveal something true about the universe.
These solved equations may help us harness a new form of clean energy.
When you flip a light switch, where does the energy come from? On Earth, we get energy by burning fossil fuels and harnessing renewable sources.
But elsewhere in the universe, there are other ways of producing energy. Our sun uses a process called fusion.
We can basically have a source of clean, carbon-free energy that doesn't produce pollutants, doesn't produce a bunch of radioactive waste, and it doesn't rely on any scarce fuel. Fusion could, in principle, solve our energy needs.
The first step to making a fusion power plant is understanding plasma physics.
So a plasma is the fourth state of matter. If you take a gas and you heat it up, it'll become an ionized gas, and that's called a plasma. On Earth, lightning is a plasma.
One interesting property of plasma is that it can be controlled by magnets. This property can help us make fusion power plants a reality.
If you want to do fusion, you need to heat up whatever your fuel is to incredibly hot temperatures, and at those temperatures, it exists as plasma.
Cutting-edge fusion technology uses giant electromagnets to control this hot plasma into a donut shape.
The problem really boils down to how strong can you make your magnets.
So, you ready for your challenge?
I want you to create your own magnets and play with magnetic fields. I encourage you to play around with permanent magnets, so things like fridge magnets and electromagnets, which are electrically powered magnets. See what sort of magnetic effects you can create and play with. Take your electromagnet and bring it near your permanent magnet and see how they pull or push on each other. You can bring iron near your electromagnet and see how that pulls on the iron. There's a lot of really interesting things that you could do with electromagnets and with magnetism in general. By playing with magnets, you're sort of getting the first step of the technology to make your own fusion reactor.
Okay, I think I figured it out. If I take this wire and put it here, then it should work. You ready?
Yeah, 1 second.